Hi there. Welcome to another episode of On the Tourism Trail. I am your host, Pamela Martin, and we're here in Charlestown, Nevis, at Wilmas Diner. And my guest today is Mr. Wilroy James Webbe, the owner and proprietor of Wilmas Diner and Hills and Valleys Hikes and Tours. Welcome, Wilroy.
Good afternoon, Pamela. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thanks for being on the trail with me today.
It's a pleasure being here as well.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself before we get started into the meat of the matter. Let's talk about you a little bit first. So you're born in Nevis.
Yes, I was.
So tell us where you were born.
All right. My name is Wilroy Webbe. I'm from Cox Village, St. John's Parish. My two favorite hobbies are cooking and hiking.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you develop a love for cooking?
How did I develop a love for cooking? I developed a love for cooking at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
Very young. I could take you so far back as in when agriculture food fair used to be in Prospect.
Mm.
That's how far back I could tell you.
Okay.
And that was a number of years ago. You know, that was with mommy going back and forth to agriculture food fair.
Okay, so your mother
Yeah.
was a cook, so this is handed down to you, basically.
Yeah, my mom, she actually worked at the Montpellier plantation for 25 years.
So it's in the blood.
She actually started a dishwasher,
Mm-hmm.
and then she evolved into my celebrity chef.
Awesome. Okay, so how did you get into cooking yourself? When you left school, did you start then? Did you go to school to learn to cook? How did that develop?
You know, to be honest, right, being around mommy at a very young age, going back and forth at the agriculture food fair, catering for weddings, etc. After that time period, being in school, you know, culinary art was never a part of me in terms of that is something that I wanted to be honest. I actually wanted to be a contractor, which I used to work with my uncle Eric,
Mm-hmm.
Eric Stapleton. But in 2009 or 2010, I think,
Mm-hmm.
when we had a world recession, that's when the construction market actually went on a downturn.
Right.
And then I was home for a while, and my mom, I mean, she always have dishes at home, endless of plate, endless of glasses, endless of utensils, and she was like, well, we have to put these to work. So I was like, okay, so what you want to do? And she said she wanted to open a restaurant. So to be honest, I was like, open a restaurant, mommy? You know, I'm not really a people's person, you know. I've been home and just going from construction working to home. That was just me.
Mm-hmm.
But then we came to town, I think it was 2011, in December 2011 when we came to Charlestown. It was a bit of a tough time for me, especially being getting to interact with people.
Okay. Wow.
You know, because I wasn't a people's person.
Okay.
You know, because I was always more home.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, as the years rolled by, things started to change. I mean,
So 2011, you opened Wilmas Diner
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
2011
Okay.
in December. That's why we keep our customer appreciation day in December. Every December. Well, we didn't keep it in 2020 due to the COVID-19.
Okay. Yeah. Understand.
But ever since that, we keep our customer appreciation day in December.
So since 2011, you have been here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So what type of food do you sell here?
But basically, we try to keep it more on the local cuisine side.
Okay. Like.
Okay, like for example, we know goat water,
Mm-hmm.
ton corn and fish, some ground provision like sweet potato, green banana, breadfruit, dasheen, etc. You could have that with a steamed fish, you could have it with a dudong fish, as the Nevis people would say.
Okay.
A dudong fish. And that's basically, that was our motto from day one.
Just keep
Eat
it
local, eat healthy,
Right.
eat Wilmas Diner.
Okay.
That was it.
So you and Mummy here cooking together,
And daddy as well.
and Daddy as well.
Yeah. I can't forget my daddy. He was.
So it was a real family affair.
And to be honest, you know, I would feel like my daddy cooked the best goat water. I feel like he cooked better goat water than mommy. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like my daddy does that.
Okay, so 2011, you're here at Wilmas Diner, the years are rolling on, and then you branch out, because I know that you are one of the chefs at the Four Seasons Resort Nevis.
Yes.
How did that develop?
Well, that escalated very quickly, you know, like very quickly. Probably about 2 years before actually getting employed at the Four Seasons, I sent a resume. And my resume wasn't being accepted. I didn't know the reason why, but I mean, then in 2019, I was at Wilmas Diner inside the kitchen, and my phone rang, and it turned into a missed call, and then the phone rang again, and then I answered, and Chef Rodder Rollins.
Oh yeah.
He was on the other line, and he said, "Hey, I need an interview with you at the Four Seasons Resort." I think it was a Thursday. And he said, "Can you please be there for 9 o'clock?" I said, "Man, chef, that's a hard pill to swallow because I'm gonna be in the kitchen, but I'll see what I can do." And then I went to the interview with People's Culture, Human Resources, whoever was there, and they was giving you the guidelines about etc. And bear in mind, it was actually in COVID, like when COVID was at its peak.
Wow.
You know, so getting to adapt the style of a mask wearing and etc. it was a bit difficult for me because I like to feed the fresh air. You know, but after being accepted at the Four Seasons Resort, I've been there for quite a while.
So 2019 you started
2019.
there? Or 2023?
It was the 2019 festive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
2019 festive. That's when you're starting to hear about COVID. And then I think it was just about March. I had get laid off.
Oh.
Yeah. I had get laid off just after the festival had finished, and then COVID in March 2020 is when COVID had that is when our island actually
we were closed the borders.
Was closed the borders and etc. So I had get laid off in March. I could remember that. Good. And then after that, a few months after, about 4 or 5 months after, I get a phone call from Chef Rodder again. And he asked me if I'm willing to be a part of the team, etc. And I said, of course I don't have a problem being a part of the team. But
so what was your experience like coming straight out of your own business where you're cooking your own style? You would have adapted the family style, I'm sure, along with your own little bit of style as well. And then going into an environment where the Four Seasons, where they would have retrained you in their style. How was the transition?
It was very hard. Believe me, it was very hard. The reason why I say it was very hard because they're doing more of international dish. Right. And I was doing more of a local cuisine. Right. You know? But working, after being accepted the second time at the Four Seasons, I was working on the Dune. I worked on the Dune for probably about a year. Okay. With Chef Telsa Johnson. That was the sous chef there. And there's a lady goes by the name of Ethelyn Dune. From Hickman's. She was the cook one. She is still the cook one at the Dune, and I used to work under her. Okay, so she helped you to. Of course, I have to mention her name. She played a very important part in my early starting at the Four Seasons Resort. Lovely. Yeah, and then a few months after. I was transferred to Banquet's Kitchen with my chef, who is Tatiana Jasmine. I hope she sees this. But yes, I started to work at the Banquets, me and my coworker Georgia. So it was just the three of us, me, Tatiana, and Georgia. And working there. had a bit of hiccups in terms of learning to get this dish correct, apart from, from the dishes that I know. They don't really use the seasoning that I normally use, so I have to try to get more acquainted with their seasoning. But apart from that, it was I'm still there. Up until now, I'm still there.
Okay, so you're there at Four Seasons and you're still running Wilmas Diner. How does that work on a daily basis?
Okay, well, I don't have an off day.
Okay, in a nutshell.
I don't have an off day. So, just in case you just might see me liming, it probably be out having a little fun. It's probably going to be in the night.
Okay, so somebody else is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have at Wilmas Diner we have my mom and I have my dad and I have my co-worker as well, goes by the name of Mariah.
Okay.
Those are the ones who actually hold the strain when I'm not here. But what I do most of the time, I come in in the morning.
Okay.
And leave.
Help prep and stuff.
Yeah, help, and I leave like 11:45 to go into Four Seasons at 12 o'clock. And some people just be like, boy, you don't sleep. Don't have no time to sleep.
Yeah, running your own business takes a lot of time. Now I see you have a Nevis Naturally Mango Fest chef jacket on. Tell us about that, because I'm sure that would have been an experience. Tell us a little bit about your Mango Fest experience.
Yeah, well, I have Mango Fest. Mango Fest, to be honest, Mango Fest bring out the best in Wilroy. And
why is that?
Why I say that? Because using mango, which is a local fruit that you don't really use in much cuisine on a daily basis, it actually brings out the best in Wilroy.
Creativity.
And creativity.
Excellent.
Especially using mango. I've been to the Mango Festival on 3 different occasions. Three different occasions, and ever since I started, I never stopped.
Okay, good.
And Alexis was the one who always reached out to me and wanted to know, hey,
you're going to be a part of it.
You're going to be a part of this time around.
Excellent.
But being a part of Mango Festival, as I said, bring out the best in me in terms of you being creative with mango, which mango is a fruit that I don't eat.
But you can cook it. You can cook with it.
Yeah, I don't eat mango, but I would cook with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a professional. You can cook with anything. Okay, so how hikes and tours now? Okay, so we have cooking, we have that. We understand the cooking.
Okay.
Now you do hikes and tours, Hills and Valley hikes and tours. So talk to us about how you segued into hikes and tours from the kitchen.
All right. So in 2018, when Wilmas Diner basically on the drive, well, it's still on the drive. When Wilmas Diner was on the drive going, like when tourists used to actually come to the island more frequently. The flow of tourists was more up, in and out. Hearing tourists coming into the diner, and it was like, we're here for this 6 hours and we don't know what to do.
Oh, so this is tourists who come off a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't know what to do, etc. And how can I do this? Or what can we do? And I was lost. Like, because as I said, hiking wasn't a part of me. Everybody see the size of me. They would be like, oh. So definitely that wasn't a part of me. And then in 2019, I told Mommy, I'm going to start a hike and tour operation. And I reached out to Irvin first, and I asked Irvin what he think about a hike and tour operation. And he actually told me, man, that's a good idea, etc., etc. And Baba Tyson as well. I reached out to Baba Tyson and I asked Baba Tyson a few questions about hike and tours and etc. And to be honest, the both of the guys, them, they give me uplifting
Oh, they were encouraging.
They're very encouraging, yeah. They uplift me in terms of telling me, hey, I think you should go for it, etc., etc. And then I didn't went for it right away. Time still passed by.
Right.
And I went back to Mommy and I said, Mommy, I'm going to start a hurricane tour operation. She said, well, son, you know, you would have to get your insurance, your business license, XYZ. And I was like, yeah. Saying they're going to start, it'll take a little change for you to start.
So you started?
So I started with a Facebook page. And I must, let me just back up a bit. And I must also mention Magwell Sargent.
Who?
Magwell Sargent.
Magwell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magwell Sargent actually is one of the, she's actually the manager of Hills and Valley Life Tours.
Okay.
Yeah. That's her. Yeah. Let me just mention that.
So how did you start to promote it? Did the tourists reach out to you? Did they pre-book? How does it work?
I had a poster stick up in the restaurant.
Okay.
Saying if you need a hike, contact. And that's how it started. By one poster. Just stick on the center pole as you came in. And then tourists like back then. And then I told Magwell, hey, we need to create a Facebook account.
Okay.
For Hills and Valley Hiking Tour. Then we created that, and then I reached out to Tito Chapman as the time goes by, and I asked Tito if he could make a website, and Tito told me, yeah, he can make a website for me. And in 2019, I launched my website to actually be worldwide.
Right.
Yeah, it escalated real quick. Time was short, and I decided, hey, I gotta make this move. And doing Hills and Valley Hiking Tour in collaboration with Wilmas Diner has been probably one of the best things I ever did.
Very smart move. Well done.
In my entire life, in terms of after you're coming from a hike, you come here, you get some local cuisine, local drink, enjoy the breeze, sit in the courtyard, and either you go back to the ship or you go back to your hotel, back to your, you know, back to where you're staying, back to your residence.
So you actually conduct the hikes and tours?
Well, I don't conduct all, because I have a nice little team.
All right.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have a gentleman who mostly conduct the Nevis Peak hike, goes by the name of Tariq. I have Irvin who will conduct the waterfall hikes, Mount Trevor's as well.
Irvin Weeks?
Irvin Weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. He will conduct those other hikes. I mean, we do walking tour in Charleston, Irvin as well. If I'm not available, he would always pick up the slack for me, and I'm really appreciative of that.
So now you've gotten over your shyness, your people face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
You've mastered it now.
Man, came a long way, but I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Good.
You know, like seeing, like you used to be, as I said earlier, you used to be a bit of problem. I could give you a joke one time. It was a Saturday at the diner, and Abba taxi. Abba bust the front door, and I was in the front there sitting, you know, as usual on the phone. And Abba came in and said, I have a group outside in the taxi bus looking for some local cuisine, and I'm sending them in now. And I said, what? So I'm sending them in now. And I said, okay. So the group came in, man, Pam, and after I stand up there and I starting to look at all these guests, to be honest, I phase out for a minute and I run to the back and I said, Mommy, you go out there. You know, that
feet.
Yeah, like that was it at the start, yeah. But now it's like
nothing. Right?
Nothing.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
So what else do you aspire to do? What else would you like to do? Is there anything else that you would like to do in terms of tourism? I mean, you're doing a fantastic job with the diner. It's beautiful here, and then your hikes and tours, excellent. Cruise ship passengers, etc. You're expanding. Anything else that you'd like to do with regards to tourism?
To be honest, Pam, I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody. I have a piece of brain behind here that hasn't been touched as yet, with ideas. And when I'm ready for that, that is when it's the whole world is going to see when I'm ready for my next step, especially in tourism. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So it's something that I would not say.
Okay.
I would not say, but as I said, there's a little piece of the brain behind here. Have the
That's some secret stored there.
So in
due course.
In due course, you guys are gonna see.
All right.
You guys are gonna see.
Okay, so just before we close out today, what would you say to any young aspiring chefs out there? You know, young local males, females who are thinking about getting into cooking, not too sure. What would you say to them, or even into any other area of tourism? I mean, you're into hikes and tours. What would you say to them as a word of encouragement, as a word of, any tips?
First thing, let me talk about the culinary part of it first. The first thing first, I would advise to any person who wants to be a part of the culinary field, get a piece of paper first. Don't make the mistake that I made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go and study.
Go and study.
Field.
Get that piece of paper.
Wow.
Believe me, that paper, it means a lot.
Is that because it takes you further? Or is it because it makes it easier for you to get in?
It makes it easier. It takes you further. It gives you more opportunity.
Right.
Actually, I don't have a piece of paper. I don't.
Well, a lot of the local chefs here don't. I mean, they go into a hotel or restaurant. We talked about this before. They go into a hotel or restaurant and they learn on the job.
Yeah. But as I said, to make their pathway much easier.
Right. Great advice.
Get that piece of paper.
Great advice.
And when you get that piece of paper, then you know. And the next thing too, I would also encourage any young persons who want to be a part of culinary as well. There's something on the rise that I've been reading about a lot lately since I've heard about it, and that's plant-based food. So that is something I think that they should read a lot about.
Right. A lot of vegans around these days.
Because actually reading about plant-based, based on what's going on in the world right now in terms of these diseases that is on the rise, like plant-based food is
that's the way to go.
The way to go.
Okay.
Like, honestly. So and about hiking, in a nutshell, we need some females in tourism.
Female hikers.
It could be female hikers, it could be female tour guides, it could be female taxi drivers.
Ladies in hearing, listening up to this?
We need more females to be a part of tourism. Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of females in tourism. There's a lot of females in tourism. But you're talking about specific areas.
Yes, specific areas in terms of hiking and taxi drivers. Okay. Yeah. The reason why I could say that a female would still give you a different drive than a male. Right. You know? A male would give you the basic, a female would go in depth. Oh, okay. You know?
Well, I wasn't going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna call it as it is. Okay. I'm gonna call it as it is. But yeah, that's that's just basically. I just think we should get. I think.
Well, it's really great of you to say that. We had International Women's Day just recently, and we're talking about women in digital, and technological fields and equality, etc., etc. But it's good for you to note that you notice that there's a gap there
need to be filled
in hikes and tours
and taxi driving
for women. So ladies, if you are interested in tourism, there are some key areas that you can get into.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been posting on my WhatsApp status that I would like to have a female tour guide. Yeah, I would just like to have a female tour guide to be a part of the team. She doesn't have to necessarily be doing the extreme hikes like waterfalls, Nevis Peak. Female could always do the walking tour through Charleston, etc. I mean, fitness has been one of the major key that's been actually, So, as I said, I would like more female tour guides
Okay.
and taxi drivers, and on the culinary end, get that piece of paper
Okay.
before it's too late.
Thank you. Great advice. So just tell our viewers how we can get in contact with you with regards to Wilma's Diner and also
Hills and Valley.
Hills and Valleys Hikes and Tours.
Alright, so Wilmas Diner is located on Main Street, Charlestown, just before the police station. It's a green and white building. The menu is always over the porch and a whiteboard. It changes every day. The menu changes every day. Wilmas Diner, you could always call 663-8010. And to get in contact with Hills and Valley Hike and Tour, you can reach us on our Instagram page, Facebook page. You could via WhatsApp. You can always call as well.
What's the number?
762-5811 or 669-1515. And those are the businesses' contact numbers.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Wilroy, for being on the Tourism Trail today. It's been great to talk to you. Thank you for your contribution to Nevis's tourism product. We're so proud of you. We're so delighted that you have chosen to get into the culinary field, absolutely, and also expanding your business and presenting more opportunities and options for tourists and locals alike to partake of. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, folks, that's it for today's edition of On the Tourism Trail. We'll be back again next week. Bye for now.
Nowhere but my island, right here, right here, right here. We live the Caribbean. Nowhere but my island, right here, right here, right here. We live the Caribbean.
This program is sponsored by the Bank of Nevis Limited. Thank you, the Bank of Nevis.
Banking is now an essential part of our life. That's why the Bank of Nevis Limited is making life easier for all of our customers. As a bond customer, waiting in line is a thing of the past. Deposit checks or cash at any one of our Charlestown ATMs today. Short on funds? No problem. It's easy making withdrawals using your Bond Visa debit card. Experience how much easier life can be with just one swipe of your debit card. Whether it's online or in store, we've got you covered. Easy and delicious. Now that's a great combo. We fully understand that sometimes life can get hectic. Log on to Bond's online banking platform and with just a click, you can save the day by easily transferring funds from your savings to your checking account. Just like that. And your funds are transferred in real time. Perfect. With a single swipe of your debit card or a few clicks for online banking, the Bank of Nevis Limited will continue to improve the quality of your life so you can continue to live your best life. The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life.